dream is to one day find the next Diego. Hello, welcome to this episode of The Next Diego, where we are at Argentinos Juniors, and in this episode we will focus on the squad. We will focus on the wonky tactic that I have created, and we will play the first competitive games of this series. If we look through the squad, I'm actually a bit surprised at the quality of them. The keepers are both good. Federico Lanciotta, 27 years old. He looks good, but look at this other guy, Lucas Chavez. He looks even better. 1-on-1 16, punching 16, rushing out 18, determination 16, only 24 years old. We have him signed on a 3-year deal, which means that hopefully he will be our long-term first choice if we can keep him, that is. Central defense-wise, we have Matias Caruso, who is 35, solid defensively with that triad of heading, marking and tackling at 15 or just below, positioning 16, but because he is 35, he's starting to decline physically, lacks a bit of acceleration, lacks a bit of pace, which is proving to be very important in this version of the game. Mikaelinho, though, he has basically everything. Acceleration 13 to go with a pace of 13, heading 12, marking 14, tackling 14, but he's also good with the ball. Vision 13 and a passing of 14 makes him a threat going forward, which is important for me because I'm going to play with a ball-playing defender centrally. We will get to the tactic in a minute or two, but let's go through the squad first. Carlos Quintana, also aging, also lacking in pace, but very good defensively. So I'm probably gonna play Mikaelinho together with one of these two less pacey central defenders and maybe try to bring in a really solid one. I don't have any money though, so that will probably be a later project. Right back, Jonathan Sandoval. He is decent, he is aggressive, I like that. He has nice teamwork, okayish going forward, crossing 13, dribbling 10, heading, marking, tackling all 14, so maybe he can be played as a central defender as well if we want to. The other right back we have all central midfielder, all right winger, all left winger, all defensive midfielder. Okay, so he can basically play everywhere. Matias Romero, 24 years old, his strengths lie in his natural fitness and his stamina, so he can run all day long. Also good at tackling and marking, and decent at teamwork and work rate, so more of a workhorse this one. Crossing 12, dribbling 11 though, so he's not useless with the ball. On the other side of the pitch we have a left back, Elias Gomez, another aggressive one, another fiery one. Passing 13, tackling 13, teamwork 13. Very well rounded, very exciting. Gets forward whenever possible, which I like. That's a trait I really like to use for my wingbacks. Then we also have Lucas Villalba. He's also very well rounded, avoids using his weaker foot though, which isn't the biggest of issues when you play a left back. Corners 15, crossing 14, decent free kick taking as well of 12, so maybe he can be used for dead ball duties. So lacking maybe one or two defensive options, but okay in the back four. If we look at central midfielders, we have Fausto Vera, who is on the smaller side. I was going to say he's 177 centimeters. He does lack a bit of jumping reach though, so he's probably going to come off smaller than he actually is. Decent passer with a good vision, nice tackler with a good positioning, a jack of all trades. Could be played as a deep lying playmaker, could also be played as a solid defensive midfielder. Facundo Mater is more of a creative force, dribbling 14, first touch 14, passing 14, Maybe this could be the new Diego. If he wasn't 21, then maybe he could have been. He lacks the potential to really break through at the world stage level as well. But for us, he seems to be decent. Jonathan Gomez, 30 years old. I don't love him. He's not a bad player. Don't get me wrong, he's not a bad player. Runs with the ball down the right, dives into tackles, which is very South American. He's decent at basically everything attacking, but he doesn't really stand out. But a good backup option for basically all the attacking duties though. Gaston Paiva is 155 centimeters tall or short. Yes, you heard it correctly, 155 centimeters, and I love that. He looks so happy as well. He really loves being here. I found him in the reserves, brought him up, and look at that smile that I put on his face. I actually really like him, and he's been really good in a couple of preseason games, being quite bad in a few others, but I really love him. Matko Miljevic has mostly been injured, so he is young and injured and a pure backup option. He would need to improve everything if he is going to be a first choice option for us. He does have the potential though, so hopefully he will improve if he can stay fit and healthy, that is. Gabriel Carabajal. I do love saying that name. I love saying it more than I actually like the player. He's on loan from Union, and I'm not going to renew that one once it ends. Cuts inside from both wings, runs with ball often, decent long shots, decent passing, decent technique. So it's not bad. It's a bit of the same as with Jonathan Gomez. He's a solid backup option, but he doesn't make it tingle in my tummy. Javier Cabrera doesn't make it tingle in my tummy either. Acceleration 16. I do like that, crossing 15, so maybe he's a good winger option. Matias Pisano, though, I like him. That grey hair at age 28 tells the story that he has seen it all. With a sublime first touch and a lovely technique, he can do stuff, combined with a good pace and a okayish vision at least, and a fantastic flair. I hope that he will be good for us. Tomas Andrade, he's a happy camper as well, on loan from River, dribbling 15, first touch 15, technique 16. Okay when it comes to acceleration and pace. I mean, they are above 10, but he is a winger and they really need to be pacey, so he could have been slightly faster for my taste. Francisco Gonzalez Mendili, I like saying that as well. He is probably the worst player in the entire first team squad, so I'm not going to go into him too much. Gabriel Hauge, I have no idea if I say that correctly. If you have an idea, do let me know in the comment section. Hauge, I'm going to go with that for now. It could be Hoch, it could be Hauge, it could be Hausche. I don't know. I'm going to go with Hauge. I think that's how I said it the first time. I have a feeling I'm going to butcher this in more ways than I can think of now. Declining at age 33. Injured at age 33. Nice bravery, nice determination, coupled with decent physical attributes and decent technical attributes, make me want to play him though. I like the player traits, moves into channels, likes to try to beat the offside trap and plays 1-2s. That is sounding like a good foundation to play fun, free-flowing, attacking football. We move to Mateo Coronel. He looks fierce. Is he wearing some sort of eyeliner? Maybe he is. I'm not one to judge. If he does, he carries it well. Determination 16. He wants to get better and he wants to put on a great makeup in the morning. Acceleration 14. Natural fitness 17. Decreasing slightly though. Probably a backup option. Someone who needs to grow, needs to step up if he's going to be good enough for us. Emmanuel Herrera, the big man. 186 centimeters, which is really tall when it comes to this team. Finishing 16, heading 14, jumping reach 12. He is someone that the other guys can lean on. They can hide behind him to get away from the sun, his long shadow. The entire team will fit within his long shadow on a sunny day at the training camp. But I like him. He is going to be our number one option when we need more of a power forward spearheading our attacks. Matias Godoy, he is improving nicely. Look at all those yellow lines, and this series has just started. It must be his personality of fairly determined that is making him put in the extra hours on the training pitch that is making him improve. 176 centimeters, so he's just on the verge of being too tall. Too tall for what, you might ask? Too tall to become the next Diego. I don't think he will be the next Diego with a bravery of 6 though, but I think he could turn into a good player for us. The final one, Gabriel Avalos, heading 16, balance 16, finishing 12, 185 centimeters. So we have 2 power forwards that will compete for 1 spot. And we only have 1 striker spot. I'm going to show you the tactic now. This is the wonky tactic. We are going with a 4-1-4-1. And the reasoning behind this, I've tried different setups. I tried a 3-2-3-2, 3-2-4-1, but I think this one is what I'm going to go with because I want to be able to play as many potential Diegos as possible. And with a skill set I set up, the Diego rating, I think I will mostly get attacking mids coming through, and then I want to be able to play them in the natural position. Because if we retrain them, if we teach them new positions, that will steal current ability points away that could have been used in other areas. So I hope you get what I mean. So we're going to try this 4-1-4-1 setup today. We're going to play short but fairly fast. We're going to be more expressive, let the guys roam around, and we are going to be on their back and on their heels all the time when they have the ball. Much higher defensive line, much higher line of engagement. My friend Bring Back Molds, Gareth, has been the inspiration for this one, and if this doesn't work out, then he is the one to blame. No, I'm only kidding. If this doesn't work out, he has more tactical shenanigans up his sleeves, so we will see where this one takes us. Maybe it's a bit cheeky, but I'm gonna try it for the first time in a competitive game. This is what the schedule has looked like so far. When I started the save, we were here just after the Copa Sudamericana second round, and I started the game as early as possible. I chose the earliest option, but we had still played 5 games when the actual game started. After that, we have played friendlies. Central defender Torren had a testimonial. We have scored loads of goals. We have let in loads of goals as well. And today it's time to play Defensa y Justicia in Copa Sudamericana, 3rd round, 1st leg. And Defensa y Justicia, they are in the Argentine Premier Division just like me. I keep saying Argentinian, maybe it's Argentine. I think I will use both. One of them will be wrong, one of them will be slightly more correct, but I think you will get what I mean. They are playing a 4-3-3, a wide one, and I don't really recognize any of their players. Their key player is called Walter Bo, the 26-year-old striker. I'm not too scared of him. So this is the team we are going with in our first competitive game with our wonky tactic against Defensa y Justicia. Chavez, the number 1 keeper, is in goal. I feel happy that he is there. Switch these guys around. Then we are playing Elias Gomez out on the left. We are playing Matias Romero on the right. His stamina of 16 will keep him running all day long. Caruso is the central defender, lacks the pace but has the defensive abilities. Torren will be the ball-playing defender. I have high hopes for him to find constructive ways of playing the ball. In front of this back four, we are playing Fausto Vera, the number 1 defensive midfielder, very well rounded. Lacks a bit of the ball movement, but I don't think he needs too much of that to cover this area. And I want him to give the ball to the players up front The 5 players we have chosen are Andrade out on the left, crossing 12, dribbling 15, acceleration 13. Hopefully he can cause a bit of chaos up there. We have Gonzalo Smetili, who is mostly playing because he is fit, and the guys who are better at his position, they are injured. Jonathan Gomez, if you remember what I talked about when I looked at him in the squad breakthrough, he's a bit meh, but he's starting. And then out on the right we have Javier Cabrera, crossing 15, acceleration 16. Do I need to say more? Get the ball into the big man, to Emmanuel Herrera, and let him score, let him create havoc, let him go crazy, let him lead us to victory. Okay, so this is the team I'm going with. I have no idea if this tactic will work. I have no idea how good we are because we've only played fairly shitty teams in preseason. I have no idea how good the opposition is. So everything's going to be a surprise, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we can come away with a win here. So we have had 3 shots in the woodwork. We cannot forget that. Maybe I would say that we've been the better team, but not by a huge margin. We sent the ball away. The game is over, and the wonky tactic didn't work very well, did it? I'm not happy. So a drab 0-0 game means that we have everything in our own hands going into the second leg. I'll see in just a couple of seconds when I have simmed that far, and then we are going to walk all over them. And after a quick strike from the magical wand, we are back for the second leg. We have played the first game in the league as well against Estudiantes La Plata. We were the better team. They took the lead early on, but we came back and it finished 1-1. I have changed the wonky 4-1-4-1 into an even wonkier. Let me show you. For this game and for the game against Estudiantes, we are playing a 4-1-1-4 strikerless. We have entered strikerless territory, and I've changed the roles around a bit as well. So now we have a trequartista coupled with a shadow striker. The shadow striker is supposed to move forward. The trequartista can just roam around. We have a DM in front of the back four. We have an advanced playmaker moving around as well. And I am trying this with wingers. It could also turn into inverted wingers. We will see going forward, but this is the way we are starting. No changes to the starting 11, just that switch in position. So here we go. Hopefully there won't be 30 highlightless minutes this time around. I hope that we can show you some beautiful football and still win this game to go through to the next round, so we'll have a bit of more South American action going forward. Otherwise we'll just have the league. But I do want us to look a little bit more exciting when we have the ball. Here then Gomez to Vera, to Mater, and that's a poor shot. Free kick. And now what? Is it a penalty? Is it a penalty? Checking VAR. Penalty. Torren, will he score our first competitive goal on live episode? And he does. 1-0. If they score, they will still go through on away goals, but a 1-0, I'd take that over a 0-0, of course. Solid finish from the handsome, experienced central defending bastard. They've had nothing so far. We have had the position, we've had the chances, and here we have the ball again. Loads of men running forward. Gomez finds someone in the box. Andrade, not the best shot though. We are dominating them though. 1.14 XG versus 0.00000. 30 minutes in, and we hopefully have one more highlight. At least we have the ball. Cabrera runs down the flank, finds Gonzalez Medili, and the keeper saves it. Cabrera again. Maybe this time it's their highlight. They are moving them forward, and I don't think defense will be our strength, but we do win it back. Can we counter on their counter attack? Or can they counter on our counter on their counter attack? We will see. Romero here for their first chance maybe. They get the ball in. Boo finds Martinez. And against the run of play they make it 1-1. So now they are in the driver's seat again. Couple of individual mistakes from our side allows them to get the ball in. And they make no mistake at all. I think maybe that one hit his shin and went in, but all goals count, right? So 1.58 xg versus 0.15, and the goal score on the board is 1-1. Not anymore, or maybe is it offside? Quintana might just have been fractionally offside. Most likely he was fractionally offside then. Goal disallowed. I want to see that fraction. Okay. Fraction they said, fraction it was. At half time we have been better, but it's 1-1. I'm not pleased. Show a bit of desire. Run all over them with this strikerless monstrosity. Go creative. I'm going to shout. Get creative. It's not there. Just encourage them. Didn't work really, did it? Instead of feeling encouraged, they just stopped playing. Gallardo. Laralde. Now they are playing it around. I don't like this. I like when we have the ball, not them, and I don't like us giving it away like that. Good save from our keeper though, which keeps us in the game. Chavez saves it, and what now? Throw in for us. Cabrera. Back out to Romero, to Cabrera. Vera, Mater. Passing the ball around. And what a thunder bastard from Fausto Vera from 25 yards out. At least he makes it 2-1. A sublime finish indeed. That's a proper cannonball. Cabrera to Vera. Back to Mater. Lines it up and pow. When they start packing their box, Vera shoots straight through that packed bunch. Makes it 2-1. And if we can keep this up, then we are through to the fourth round. "15 minutes less, and now I am enjoying this highlightless existence that I'm in. 10 minutes left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off. No? Okay. So no lift off. They still have the ball. Take it away from us. They are 3 versus 1. They find Bull. He seemed offside, wasn't he? But I was going to say that we are out of danger. And Cabrera sends it way up into the stands. Offside, ref, surely. Thank you. 3 minutes of added time left. We send the ball up. Get it to Gomez. Can he do anything? 1 against 4, 1 against 5, 6. I think he maximized that one, giving us a corner. Another corner. And an offside. Final 30 seconds. I have a feeling we're going to go through, but not in the most convincing fashion. This full 1-1 full hasn't revolutionized football yet either, but they don't have any cohesion. They don't know the tactic yet, so I'm going to stick to this one, I think, at least for a couple of games, and then we'll see where we go from there. Like I said, I want to have as many attacking midfielders as possible on the pitch, and this is the way we're going about it now. So we were the better team. We won in semi-convincing fashion, 2-1, which means that we move through to the next round. So we are playing Vélez Sarsfield in the next round. in the quarterfinal. That will be a very, very tough leg. If we look at the schedule, I really have no good feeling of the quality of these teams. Newell's, well, we played them in the Torrent Testimonial. We were the better team but lost. Defensa y Justicia, we just beat them. Godoy Cruz, I have no idea. Racing Club, Aldo Civi, I don't know. But then things get tougher. Then Boca, I recognize that. And River, I recognize them. And Gimnasia. So it's gonna get tougher. I'm gonna play, I don't know how far I'll get in tonight's stream, but I will be back. I predict somewhere around here, maybe for the Boca game. But before I leave you, let's look at our potential Diegos. In the last stream, we singled out 3 potential Diegos and just look at see if they have developed any. So this is the view of the under-20s, and we have to go a bit down this list to find our first Diego. This is sorted by training rating, and Mateo Diaz Chavez has trained 840. Little increase in technique, little increase in vision, I take that, and little increase in balance. So he's got a long way to go, but at least he is training okay-ish. We keep going down the list, and there we find Gabriel Roja, finishing first touch heading, anticipation, teamwork, work rate, agility, jumping reach. What are you going to do with your jumping reach? Natural fitness, pace, strength. Okay, so a couple of good training sessions has caused him to slightly improve a couple of attributes. That's okay, I guess, as well. Now the final one, the most interesting one, Fernando Alvarez. Of course, he is very far down the training rating list. Has a training rating of 7.95, so he hasn't been bad, but has he improved? Ever so slightly, he has. He's worked on his passing, mentally he's worked on his off-the-ball skills, teamwork, work rate, and physicality in the form of agility, balance, natural fitness, stamina, and strength. Okay, so we are underway. What have we learned today? We have learned that we are not tactically perfect yet, I guess. We have learned that it was enough to go through to the next round of the Cup, and we have learned that our potential Diegos are improving, even if only by a little, but they are improving. Thanks for coming on this adventure with me. I'll see you next time when we try to find the next Diego.